What's up, guys? So I was watching this live, and I just feel like, you know what? I might as well watch it with you guys, right? See if it's good or not. Um, I may, right? This he's a what is it called again? This might be risky. He kind of does his. He kind of puts you know, a call in. So I may try to join it one day, right? So that would be interesting. But let's check this one out.
There's a real answer or recommendation to solve this calculation.
I mean,
So,
wait.
go ahead, sure. You didn't say
So
nothing yet.
when you get programs like Section 8 food stamps, you also are able to go to school. So your best thing would be try to get a trade or a type of a certificate, whatever, that would actually increase your income to where when you lose the crutch, you're still able to walk, right?
Mm.
So it's not so you can be like, okay, well, look, I'm never gonna grow, I'm never gonna do nothing, I'm gonna stay dependent so I don't lose these things. You have a limited free time because you're not working. A lot of them just don't work at all, or they work a couple of weeks to make sure that they don't go over these caps. But why are you doing that for 10 to 15 years? And within those 10 to 15 years, your ass could have been a doctor because you had nothing but a limited time to go to school.
So I wanted to say this.
And that's the thing where, so they're talking about the benefits that are, a lot of people are talking about possibly losing or whatever. This is a thing where my mom, when we were kids, she was on those benefits, okay, but she didn't like announce it to the world, which a lot of people are doing on social media. But she also worked hard to get off of it. This is a thing where a lot of people use it as a lifelong crutch. Yes, the benefits are for helping Americans. Benefits are not trying to make up for your laziness, make up for your poor decisions in life. No, it's to help you out when you need it, not help you out for the rest of your life, which I believe a lot of people are doing. Okay. Section 8, it's supposed to be like you use it until you can save up, get in a better situation, and then move out and find your own place. So the next people can use that pay, right? So the next people can now get that help. You should not be on it for the rest of your life or until your kids grow up or whatever. You should not be using it for forever, right? That's not what it meant to be, because then you are a leech. You are draining the system for the rest of your life. That's not how you're supposed to do it.
Right.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Hold on, T. I got you, T. I just gotta
because she's a nurse.
I think you're gonna
overcome it.
No, we heard it. I think because T, I'm not trying to. I want you to get in. I just thinking about it, right? Because here's the reality, right? If we look at this thing as objectively as possible, right? Rent payments are 30% of people's income, right? If you live in the cities like most of us do, TJ, what up? What's good? Damn, my bad. I got distracted. Yo,
You talking about rent? You talking about rent and being in a city?
So in the city,
Most
right?
cities,
They paying, right? You got kids. You need like a condo, whatever the case is. 2,500, 3,000. What job is that?
But this is the problem with that. This is the problem with that mindset. You just said it. If you have kids, if you do it correctly, right? He said what? 2,600, whatever. Okay. 2 people, right? 2 people making income, having like maybe 1 kid. They can manage that. They can afford that. If you are alone, well, yes, maybe that is a bit too much. But again, 2 people, like, why do you think a lot of people who rent have roommates? Literally for that. So you can split expenses.
Right. And
that
that's what I
job
wanted
is
to say.
you are a high ranking somewhere. You're not an intern anywhere.
Yeah,
But
when you
see, this
just
is
say
my
it
thing
out
with it.
loud. Go ahead, Tierney. My bad. TJ, you can hear me?
Yes.
I love you. Go ahead, T.
So I wanted to say this with the food stamps, right? Okay, so because I receive SNAP benefits, supplemental nutrition, whatever it's called, because I have children and my income is enough barely to feed me. So if we
So then why do you have kids? See, this is the mindset, okay? This is the problem with so many people. They use the government as a bailout. The government is not supposed to be bailing you out from your poor decisions. The government is supposed to help you out, but not bail you out, okay? And this is the problem. If you, it's like, if your job can barely sustain your living, why were you so stupid to have kids? And most likely have kids on your own, right? Why? This is the point of accountability. This is the point of accountability. You didn't think about anything besides yourself. You didn't think about the future, okay? You didn't think about how you can do things. Like out of your mouth, your income cannot even sustain yourself. So why was it logical for you to have kids? No one forced kids on you. With all the birth controls, all the methods of not having kids, you chose to have it. So again, means nothing, right? Means nothing that, that you are so foolish enough to now want the government to take away your accountability. One, if you're going to have kids with someone, it should be a two-parent household. Two-parent household. Two, you shouldn't have kids if you cannot even afford to sustain yourself.
want to cut food stamps, sure, cut them for the adults. But I think a lot of people are not understanding that food stamps are really for children. That's really how a lot of them even get approved for extra amount of funds, is for the children. So if my income, let's say I make $19 an hour, if my income is not enough to feed all of the children in the household, why the hell are we cutting food stamps? This is what doesn't make any sense to me. People are really
Makes perfect sense. The government is not here to feed your kids for life. The government is not here to feed your kids until they're grown adults. That is your responsibility. It's not the government's responsibility. Again, it's helping, not taking over, right? The government should be taking the complete responsibility of taking care of your kids. You should be doing it. If you made 19 an hour, why did you think it was so smart to have kids? And this is the problem. I hate this so much, where it's the lack of accountability. It's the lack of accountability. You knew, like out of your mouth. This is a problem I find, where are women stupid or not? Because out of your mouth, you said that how much you make cannot even sustain yourself. Yet you, as an adult, thought it was logical, thought it was a good idea to have kids and to not be with a partner that you had kids with. Most likely because, again, she just said her own earnings. I don't know. These people, I don't really know like that, right? But out of your mouth, you talk about your own earnings, cannot even support yourself. Now you need the government to step in to what? Take up your responsibilities?
only looking at judgmental part. Oh, you
Those
wrong.
your kids.
Oh,
That's what they're gonna say, T. Those your kids that you supposed to feed.
sure. These are our kids. Let me show you something I learned in
y'all
business
kids, my bad.
class. Right.
Mhm.
No, we are the world. We are the people. These y'all kids too. Okay.
Then they need to pay everybody rent, and we all need to get food stamps.
Damn.
And then they all have to listen to us. No, that's not how it fucking happens, right? It's not like how it used to be. Yeah, maybe a community where your kids respect elders, your kids listen to elders, your kids listen to adults, your kids was respectful, then yes. Like it takes a community to, raise children. Yeah, but it's not like that anymore. God forbid you, maybe as an elder, you as someone who's an adult, raise your voice to a kid trying to teach a kid better, I guarantee you that parent will like snap and try to fight you. How dare you talk to my kid like that? How dare you say that to my kid? I guarantee you. So, oh, is it ours now, or is it just yours? And it's only ours, right? When you trying to gain some kind of benefit. That mentality of a lot of women. I've been there. Okay. Oh, it's our kids. Oh, but what? I want to raise my kid. I want to raise our kids how I deem they should be raised. No, that's my kid. Oh, what? Oh, so now it's it's our kids when you want that money. But when you want to raise our kids, it's just yours. Ain't that something?
Sure.
We
you can
all
all
need to
get
get
food
them.
stamps because
Even the ones without kids. We are the world. We are the children. Take away. We don't want to pay no motherfucking bills either. Fuck out of here.
right. So in order for a lot of us,
Hold on, let her
get
get it
food
off, Sherelle.
stamps,
Let her get it off.
Yeah, because Sherelle getting angry. I don't know why she getting angry.
Yo, people always throw that card.
Yeah, this is what we do. We look at the poor and we judge them. We don't look at the rich and we don't judge them. And there are benefits that the rich get just for being rich. Shit, fuck, I know, because I work in the.
Well, there are benefits for being poor. Now, it's not like it's great, but again, government assistance is aimed for the poor, not the rich. So you can't say there's no benefits for being poor. Now, it's not saying it's a great benefit or a good benefit, but there's benefits.
Industry where I know. So I've been told that the cost of living is going up 2.8% next year. Now, if you're going to keep our income at still at $7.25 an hour, because that's how much it is down here in Texas. If you're going to go up 2.8%, why not pay people 2.8% more? See, y'all are judging people for getting paid what the state pays us and not being able to afford anything. Okay, we understand there's our kids, but why y'all don't make these judgments to the rich? You don't. So stop.
But that's because the rich we don't have to take care of the rich. So this is the,
yes,
this
we
is also
do.
the thing.
Yes, we do
That's
take
how
care of the
you're
rich.
Wait, let
Where
me
do you think our taxes go? They go in the rich pocket.
No, they don't. Our taxes does not go to the rich pocket. Now, I'm not saying that, the government doesn't launder money some kind of way. But again, our taxes don't, they don't really go to the rich. They go for the infrastructure. They go for the programs that you are taking advantage of. Of course, there are people that take advantage of it. But to say that our tax go to the rich, it's kind of ridiculous. Now, our tax may go to corrupt officials. That's probably something.
Pocket. Wait, hold on.
Let me finish. The rich pay the most taxes.
I don't want to get interrupted. Where do you think our money go? When
You interrupted her.
No, I didn't. I was talking.
Go ahead, Tierney. Go, Tierney.
Okay.
Go.
When they cut off the food stamps, where y'all think y'all money going? When they cut off food stamps, when they cut off Section 8 vouchers, because it's not just for Black people, because I think that's what's in your mind. A lot of these old people are on that stuff because they can't work, disability. When they cut that stuff off for the disabled, where do you think your taxes is still going? It's still going in that rich man pocket, but nobody's complaining about that shit. You only
No, it stops, right? That money stays there. That money's not circulating somewhere.
complaining about the Black people pocket that it's going into because of the mental abuse that you got growing up to thinking Black people were lazy. So stop it. Go ahead.
You just said Black men was lazy. But let's get
No,
this.
I didn't. I didn't say Black men were lazy. I said other countries
said they
work
work
hard.
They were,
That's
do
what
you
I
want me to
said.
go find the clip?
She said they were lazy.
Find the
Yeah,
clip.
Yes.
yeah.
Go
I
find
wanna
the
see
clip.
it. I missed that. Hey, I
She
missed
said it before
Yeah,
you got up here.
you missed
She
it
told
'cause
us-
it
Oh,
never happened.
dang. All right, let me see. I'm going to go back. If it
Go back.
happened. Just before I got up here?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to show it to you,
So
too.
this is
You
the
know
thing.
I'm the clip master.
Also,
Hurry up. I got 10 minutes before I get off my lunch. Go ahead.
another first world issue, having kids you can't afford. And then expecting
Who said
everybody
you can't
else
afford?
to have
It
those
has
kids when
nothing-
they're when Tiffany, you're interrupting me at this point for
No,
real.
I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
So all the
You literally said you can't afford it. You literally said your own earnings couldn't afford yourself. So if your own earnings cannot, sustain you, so logically, how could your earnings sustain your kids plus you? this is a problem with people where you don't think logically, right? And then you just spew a whole lot of shit because emotionally, right? You spew a lot of emotional mumble jumble.
Contraceptives in the world, free. All the condoms in the world, all the birth control in the world.
This
y'all
girl
just
is
have a
talking
whole
about
bunch of
not
kids.
having kids.
And then the rest of the world is supposed to be okay because you're negligent with your reproductive system.
You sound crazy.
That shit is negligent as hell. Having kids you can't afford.
Though.
So when the government decides to pull it back, if your kids have to suffer, let them suffer. It's your fault.
So you sound stupid because if bread goes up $10 a fucking loaf, is it my fault for having children? You sound stupid. It's the government. No, Sherelle.
Let them eat less.
When you do have children,
let them eat less.
Then you'll understand.
When bread goes up, is it your fault? I mean, this is a thing where you have to make sure that you are financially secure in whatever situation before you bring other lives into it. You have to make sure that you can handle whatever situations may happen. That is no one else's prerogative but your own, right? That's no one else's responsibility but your own. You should be able to handle those fluctuations. That's just life how it is.
But since you're childless, you don't have any understanding. You sound stupid to say because the cost of living is going up, then it is my negligence to have children.
Yeah, it's negligent. It's negligent to have children you can't afford.
What are you created for?
It's borderline child abuse to have children you can't afford.
Sure, I'm not gonna argue with you.
Y'all should literally be neutered.
You sound stupid.
You should have to take mental tests and all of that to produce kids.
But this is what I'm saying. You don't say nothing about the rich
have kids. It's ridiculous.
So again, because rent is $1,500 for one bedroom, I'm negligent for having a family.
Do you have a family or do you have kids? Because where's the husband? Again, great that this woman, right, the Sherelle, is trying to hold this woman accountable. Where's the father in this? This is the thing where, here's the problem where you constantly shift the blame. What about the rich? What about the rich? No, who gives a shit about the rich? What about you? What about you and your family? What about you and your husband? Where's he at? Where is he at? Where's your husband at? The man you chose to have kids with. Because here's the thing where a lot of these women that has no sense of accountability are foolish. They never think about, let's say she makes $50K a year. Let's say she finds a husband that makes $70K a year. It's $120. Right? You live in a modest place where it's not like you're not living beyond your means. Maybe you have 1 kid, 2 kids, maybe. Right? But again, that helps. If you have $50K, right? You make $50K. You don't have a husband. You have 2 kids. And then you also don't live modestly. Then yeah, no duh, you'd be struggling. No duh, you'd be begging the government for help.
Your anger is towards the wrong people.
If you can't afford it.
No, baby. You're okay with being a single woman. I love being a mother.
And yet, you don't hear her say, I love being a wife. I find these women just unbearable. You love being a mother. Great. But why didn't you love being a wife? You don't need no man, right? You need the government. You love being a mother. Imagine, do you love being a mother without no help from nobody? The government's not helping you out. Nobody's helping you out. Would you still love being a mother?
That's why I work. That's why I
Okay.
have an education.
I'm not crying over the food stamps.
Complaining.
My kids ain't gonna be hungry.
Complaining about Trump doing what Trump gonna do.
But my kids
That's
aren't gonna
what
be
Trump
hungry.
gonna do. But it's just
You want to be dependent on a country, have kids you can't take care of, and then expect the same country that you want to critique in a negative way to take care of you and your illegitimate, your little
I know
kids.
you're not talking. I'm gonna assume you're not talking about tyranny. You're speaking in general because nobody told your pretty brown self that mothers can't afford their kids. But like
They
I just
can't
told
afford.
This is why if you don't talk to this woman logically, she will try to run you over with her emotions. You literally said you could barely afford your own life. You literally said you could barely afford your own life. So, logically speaking, if you could barely afford your own life, wouldn't it follows the logical path that you can barely afford your kids as well?
Their kids.
the rich gets help, but you complaining about the poor.
The rich get help from what? They have the money. Who they asking help for? From who? They have the money. And here's the thing where the rich, one, are more unlikely to be baby mamas or more unlikely to be divorced. Okay? Relatively, right? Compared to middle class to poorer class people. So they don't exhibit these poor habits, right? Of being baby mamas, of being divorced women. They don't exhibit these habits.
They can't afford their kids because rich people take care of their kids. Rich people are on food stamps. Rich people are on Section 8.
Sherelle, we take care of their
Rich
kids.
people can afford their kids. Y'all
Because
can't
of our
afford
taxes.
and y'all are crying about having kids.
Because I would ask you, where's the source for your study? Where's the source of this study of yours? I mean, you can literally Google it. Do the rich, what would you Google? Do the rich receive our tax money? Kind of stupid.
Can't afford because you don't want to close your legs. That's free.
Because of
Not
our
letting
taxes,
men letting you
sweetheart.
is free.
No.
That's free. That's very free. That's some very free shit.
Hey, hey,
I
hey,
wasn't gonna argue with. I wasn't
Sherelle.
gonna argue with him, and I can't argue with someone that has no experience. Go ahead, baby girl.
I
have
also found the
experience,
clip.
a bunch
just
of
to let you
experience
know.
watching a bunch of women who can't afford to take care of their kids.
So what? You just opening your legs and not having no kids? Well, what that make you
I don't
pointless?
open my legs.
Next,
Sorry,
anyways,
break the-
Alexis from
sorry.
Texas.
I'm not
Fuck
opening
you,
my
man.
legs. Sorry to
How you
break the
talking
news
about
to
women
you.
with kids? You ain't got nothing to show for what you got going on.
I'm not having kids. I can't take care of it. Crying on
Here's-
the internet about
No,
it.
that's not why you're not having kids. But okay,
Yeah.
God gives
Here's-
kids to certain people.
Damn.
And there's a reason you don't have
Yeah.
any.
No.
Here's the interesting.
Just because you lay down and let niggas nut in your body don't make you special.
Yep, and they also put a
it's
ring on it. Where's your
factory
ring?
set.
They
It's a
also put a
factory
ring on
set.
it. Where's your ring?
If I
Where's
was
your
ready
ring?
to marry
They
any
also
bum
put a
nigga
ring
off
on
the
it.
street tyranny, I'd have a ring.
They
So,
also put
the
a ring on
topic-
you don't.
what y'all got?
Wait, so she's married? During this whole conversation, she literally not mentioned her husband. What? This is the problem, right? I mean, if she's married, okay. But then, if you can't afford yourself, you can't afford your kids, what's your husband doing? What is your husband doing?
Let me ask you a question.
I would
What
have.
y'all willing to do? What y'all willing to do? Y'all willing to finish the conversation or disparage each other?
No, we're gonna let somebody else finish because she
All right.
doesn't understand. You
All
can
right,
blame
good.
people with children.
If we're
but
gonna
you don't
stop the
have-
disparaging, then we gotta stop it, right? So now here's the thing. Here's what's interesting to me about the statement. You remove people from it, assess the statement, right? Do people just say, I like this car, so I'm going to buy it, even if the payments aren't affordable? Because when we talk about things that are sensitive to people, they can't see it beyond the exact example. But what it is there's a cost associated with a child, right? And that child is your responsibility, just like a car would be your responsibility. But because it's a person, we can't see past that part. So there's several costs. What's this? There's several costs. Now I have kids, so that don't work, right? So now we right? So there's several costs associated with a kid, a lot of which you can't solve for, right? Kids are born with so many different things that things just happen, right? And so if I cannot afford the things I can't even solve for, right? Should I put myself in that child or that car in that predicament? Or do I
So what
wait
I'm
until I
saying
get to
is,
a better place to then do these things? Because that's what she's
so what
saying. It ain't about you, it's about the construct.
No, because what she's saying, it doesn't make sense. If the car started off at $500, I can afford it, right? But then if the
No.
car goes up $1,500, am I now wrong for getting the car?
Yes. You know when when I was growing up, maybe this was stupid me, right? I thought BMWs was the sign of luxury where I made it, right? If I got a BMW, I made it in life. So okay, I went and got myself a BMW. Costly, but fine. Got myself a BMW. I was like, okay, yeah, Bo, I got a BMW. And then you know what? Boom, a tire blowout. Damn. Take to the dealer, $500 for a fucking tire. For one tire, I gotta pay $5. Oh shit. Boom, something else happened. $2,000. What? Gotta change all 4 tires. It's like seriously, like it's not like you're not putting like I don't know $40,000 and boom, you're done. No, there's consistent maintenance, and I didn't realize how costly the maintenance was. I was like, seriously, I could buy a new car for the amount of money I keep on putting on this fucking shit.
The car wasn't expensive when I first had
Wait,
it.
Okay,
Great
so you're
example.
saying-
That's a
let
great
me
example.
let me say it back to everybody
You
mute for a
gotta
second
listen.
before I drop y'all down, okay? So, and I love y'all. Literally, everybody up here, but y'all get on my nerves, okay? Let's see the nigga with the hat. Look, both of them got hats on. They don't know who I'm talking about. So now that's interesting. So let's hear the retort. Her retort is this: Eve, fix your face, Eve. Why don't you play poker? You smiling, nodding. Good gracious. So she's saying, okay, the affordability of my car when I bought it was $400, $500. Her retort is the car note doesn't change. But with inflation, cost of living, things of that nature that I don't control, right? Now the cost for this kid to live is exponentially increasing. A lot of that's happening outside of me, right? I'm not putting tariffs on things. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing X. So now you putting it on me when a lot is outside my control. So when the government steps in, don't be mad.
But when you have kids, a lot of things are out of your control. How much a kid wants to eat. If a kid gets sick, kids get injured. If a kid wants to go to school or what kind of school kids go to. There's a lot of factors you don't plan for or you don't necessarily control. It's just how it is. It's not like, oh, you know what? Let me put down that money and that's it. No, there's constantly things happening. Okay? Maybe you lose a job, right? You can't control that necessarily. You probably could, but still, there's always factors you can't control. But to be a productive adult, you plan for the worst, hope for the best.
At me because I control the controllables. I don't control everything else.
Yeah, I think
that is actually a pretty decent retort, honestly.
Yeah. So this
Can I-
You don't think so, Cheek? I'm just saying when I heard it. So Sherelle, you want to go, or because Cheek said no, that's not a good retort. He gonna tell us why, and I think
Cheek?
Lex want to tell us too. You want to go again,
Go Cheek.
and then
Yeah,
Lex will go.
The reason
Now
why
Lex, watch him because he can get long-winded. So just watch him.
Yeah, and I'm on lunch, so I'm gonna try to.
Oh, she
let her go then. Yeah, I can remember.
He said he
my
want
point.
all his time. Lex, you go first.
Hey, you know, and I appreciate that. I appreciate. Look, that's why I threw that in there. I'm on lunch. Hey, look,
Go ahead,
and
Lex.
that's what look. I was rushing. I was clocking out. I was like, bro,
Just
I gotta
fucking
get
come
on here
on.
real quick. So let me put it out there. And I got 2 kids, and when I had my son, it was right after the pandemic. It was in 2020, and I was working for a college. But the college don't pay like that because they offer so many things for you. Like I could have went to school for free, all that type of stuff, working for the college. But I got a son now, and you know them little things eat. And I was like, yo, I can't, like, I gotta make a dip because this is a sacrifice. I want to go to school, but this is the issue that I have right now, right? I pivot into a different career path in medical administration, right? In 2020, I got my first medical job at a call center scheduling patients. In 2020, I was making $12. Fast forward to 23, I go up $6. 3 years, I go up $6 for pivoting, making that sacrifice. I wanted to go to school, but I got kids. I got to make that sacrifice. Another thing, this is all sacrifices, and I understand being a mom because I'm a mom. It's all about sacrifices, and I think a lot of people just don't want to make those sacrifices, or we have a lot of microwave people. They don't want to really cook or put anything in the oven. So I get that, right? And now I'm in medical administration. You get a job, I could go back to school and working with the hospital. So that solves a thing that I was worried about. Then hemp be clowning my house because I have an older house, right? I've been with my landlord since I was 19 years old. I just turned 39 last month. I've been with him since I was 19. I have and this is my second home with him. I have 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and I pay $980, including the water. And I could go somewhere else and get a fancier house, but for what? For who? I wanted to go to the Chiefs game. I put it in the chat. Look, Andy Reid sends me the schedule personally in May. All right. I get the schedule. I got a new job. I got a part-time job in July. I bought my tickets in October. It's about sacrifices. It's about making these things so you can get what you want. A lot of y'all just don't want to do it. Y'all can do it.
So your story is what? You're saying that based on what you've been able to do, that's not nothing spectacular. Anybody could do if they're willing to sacrifice.
Can do it too. The moms, all these moms out here
do
trying
you
to
have SNAP benefits and things of that nature?
I had it when I was before I transitioned to the next job to where I was making more. They cut it off because I started making more.
Okay, so you got from 12 to 18. 18 is what, 38,000? 36,000? 38,000?
Yeah, something like that. Ain't what I'm making now, but that was in a 3-year span of me pivoting to another career, a career that gave me time to be a mom. Because when in medical, you usually working 8 to 5. I can get off for the daycare, all that stuff. Just like everything that they be worried about fell in place.
So you're saying there's a way. There's a way. Now let me ask you, and I don't know enough about the area in which you live in.
I'm in Texas.
$900 for 4 bedrooms and 3 baths.
2 baths.
It's a deal.
2 baths. That's the usual?
No.
Because that seems very, very low.
No, it's not the usual.
And so when now in a usual circumstance where it's 1,800 or 2,100, that sounds like $2,000 to me.
Mm-hmm.
What if your situation was what it's normally going to be? What do you think then?
Well, also it's about building too. A lot of people don't want to take that first step. The reason why I pay, because my landlord could, take this house and turn it into something else and sell it for more. But because I've been with him so long, I've been consistent in making payments and building that rapport with people. They don't want to, because my money is more consistent and it's better for him than him trying to find somebody else to get up in here or people and all that stuff. There are landlords like that will keep it the same if you're a good tenant. If you are doing what you're supposed to do, it's possible. You feel?
Yeah, my mom does it, right? I mean, she's like, my mom owns a house, and her tenant she has for like, I don't know, over a decade, and she kept it the same amount because she knows that it's consistent.
You know what I'm saying? That like,
I can't do it.
A lot of people don't want to make those sacrifices and stay in something and then see the fruit that comes from it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%. As living that life, I couldn't do it. Y'all and tennis is too much of a
Right.
headache. Cause
And it-
that hold on. Can I windmill email please?
okay, windmill, man, because you let everybody else go but me. I'm starting to feel some type of way. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nobody else.
I just got up here.
Hey man, salute to E, man. He's losing that weight, man. I got inspired when I first seen him in the last couple months. So I just couldn't do it, Lex. Cause when that stove go, it's $1,200. I just like I don't even have the money there to even fix these type of things at 900. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I wanted to say. Now, hold on. So TJ ain't go yet. Mikael ain't go yet. Cheek was trying to
Never said, how much is this kid gonna cost? They were fucking and they got nutted in. And that's how a baby got here. Stop trying to make it seem like these are responsible adults. They're irresponsible, and sometimes they don't even know the men who are nutting in them. This is why a lot of kids are growing up in a broken home. That's just the cause. That's very irresponsible.
This is the thing I'm finding, right? I'm finding this right here. Where when you critique others, right? Particularly women, even when you critique, let's say, the black community, it's always viewed as, oh, since I'm critiquing you, you're hating me. No. Like if I say that, oh, you know what? You shouldn't do this criminal act, right? It's not good for you. It's going to destroy your future. Oh, you hate me? Is that why? You hate me? No. It's like, I want better for you, right? If you don't become baby mamas, I'm pretty sure that would be a better thing for you.
But you sound like you hate women. I don't think you hate men. I think you hate women.
After they have the first child, they'll have another one.
Mothers.
Then they'll have another one. And they'll
You
have
hate
another
mothers.
one.
And I think it's
All
because
these
you
children,
want to
it don't
be
matter
one.
if it's a different man, they'll have another one by another man, and another man can come and they'll have another one by
Sherelle, who hurt you, girl? What woman hurt you?
Oh
Because
my
you
God,
hate mothers.
Tyranny, I promise you.
You hate mothers.
I
I never hear you say anything positive about a mother.
I promise you.
Really, we still got to get everybody else in.
I promise you.
But I'm just saying she don't sound like she like mothers. And I think that's
I promise
prevalent.
Well, it's your show.
You promised me what?
I'm trying to help
she
you,
say?
like help me. I'm trying to help you help me without having to tell you how to hush. No.
I don't know what you're saying, but I'm just saying the way you talk.
Talking through everybody else's shit is gonna be a problem. Then I'm gonna keep doing it. You won't get a.
But you sound like you hate mothers. That's what I'm saying. You don't say nothing.
Who let random niggas nutting you, regardless of the results. You keep having kids you can't
one thing I'm not gonna do is argue with you.
Bitch. You're offended because you're the lame dumbass bitches who don't go out here and apply yourself. Go get a education or work any type of harder, and you want somebody to take care of your You Tyranny.
Bro,
you want
why
somebody to take care of
so disrespectful? Did you call my children retarded?
No, you're it. You're the problem, and most people move like you. That's a first world issue. People have money that they don't. And let's talk about cars. Let's talk about how niggas really can't afford cars. So they have people who have in-house finances so that you get having to pull your credit that you don't have so that you can go get a car that you can't afford for them to get repo. Let's talk about niggas who go get CPNs. Fake fucking people, dead people social security cards. Dead people social security numbers so that they can go get cars that they can't afford. That's what people do. That's what people do in America. They go buy CPNs and lie to people about who they even are so that they can purchase some shit so they can shine on Instagram. Nobody.
Hold on, DJ, hold on. Sherelle,
these kids, they're getting
Sherelle, calm down.
And if the government says it's time to suffer, if Big Daddy says it's time to suffer.
Calm down. What's wrong with you, girl?
Suffer. That's the way you want to live your life.
Sherelle,
you put yourself in.
Sherelle, calm down.
Period.
If 15 niggas nutted at me, what they got to do with you? What they got to do with you?
What do we got to do with niggas pay taxes? That's all.
What you do, right, with your life, that's what you do. But then you come on here and say that, you know what? The government should be helping me out because I have kids. Government should be helping my kids out. So now, guess where? Guess where that's coming from? Other people's taxes, okay? It's not even just helping you out. The government should be taking care of my kids because I can't even take care of myself, let alone my kids. So, yes, it matters to other people.
That's how bum people think. People who ain't never paid $30,000 or more in taxes always got something to say. People who ain't never had to pay over 30.
And yet you're on a podcast. You're calling in. You're so productive. You're so productive. You're calling at work.
$30,000 in taxes ain't never got something to say. People ain't never owed $60,000 to the government. Ain't never got shit to say. Bitches don't pay $60K. Let alone gotta pay the government $60K. Let's get that clear.
Hey, boy, them taxes.
Motherfuckers who ain't never gotta really deal with Uncle Sam that want to run that shit.
I'm at work right now, you crazy little girl.
With us. All that shit need to be clear, and y'all fucking kids need to eat out the trash like they do in third world countries so y'all can close y'all fucking legs. That's
you
what y'all
too gangster.
You
niggas calm down.
Suffer, go fucking suffer. That's what it is.
And act more ladylike. You should act more ladylike.
What
if you acting more ladylike,
aren't we all the ones?
If you act, can I talk? Can I talk? Can I talk?
No.
Can I defend myself?
TJ,
can I defend myself? If you acting more ladylike, maybe you'll have a man too. But you acting ratchet. Why
be dirty assholes? We can let anybody fuck us. We could get pregnant.
Why you saying no like that?
We don't have to take care of the children. Y'all can take care of the children for us. Y'all can pay our rent for us. Y'all can get the food stamps for us. We don't gotta get an education. We don't gotta get pregnant.
All right, come on, Rel. Come on.
Not help because you let her say all this stuff and I don't get
I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. I'm trying to figure out if she gonna stop herself, man. It's a co-host show.
Because you just let her rant about you call my children retarded.
I said, well, Tyranny, first and foremost, I said Rel. Hold on. I didn't even say Tyranny name at all.
No, I'm saying she's getting to say all this derogatory things about me. I would like to reply before I have to go back to work with your
I never told, but this is what I'm saying, Tyranny. I didn't tell you to be quiet. I asked Rel to stop.
Okay, my apologies. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with you, Sherelle. You started going off. See, this is one thing about that I love my husband is that we help each other grow and mature. And before I used to come on.
I have a problem with this, okay? You have a husband and you're on, I don't even know how you're on Snap. Let me see something. So I looked it up. Okay. Yes, you can be on government assistance if you are married, but eligibility and benefit amounts will be affected because married couples living together are considered a single household for most programs. Your combined household income, combined resources, and household size are used to determine eligibility and benefit levels, which can lead to change to benefits. I didn't know that. I thought if you were married, you're not eligible for government assistance because you should be, like I said, like 50, like if you make 50, he makes 50, that's a 100K household. So you shouldn't be needing benefits, but okay, you could. So it's just determining what the level that you will get. But here's the thing. You are a 2-adult household. And now you're here complaining about the government needs to take care of your kids. What? Here's the thing, at the end of the day, if you can get the help, great. If you can't, well, at the end of the day, you move on and figure it out. You're 2 adults, right? You're the adults. You said you're working. He's supposed to be working. Then you should be taking care of your own business, not relying on the government to step in to handle things. Now, again, if you get the help, great. But you should not be dependent on it.
On these spaces and argue with y'all. I ain't doing it now. I come over here, I give my grown woman opinion and facts, and then I keep it pushing. But the way you speak.
Literally, I heard no facts.
About Mother Sherelle, I don't understand it. I know you got your history, maybe your present and your future, but not all mothers operate the same. I know what you mean about people living off the government, but ever since I started working in this industry as an assistant manager at a 55+ senior living property, I realized that it's not only Black people that's on welfare.
She never mentioned Black people. Okay. She mentioned single mothers. It's not black people.
It's all of us, everybody, because we need help. And I know a lot of us are only, 30 or 40 on here? You guys have no idea that once you reach 50 plus, your body starts shutting down. Your brain starts shutting down. Things are not the same when you were young and cute. It's different. So let's stop being so judgmental on mothers, Sherelle, and start understanding that a Section 8 or government assistant is to assist everyone. DJ Hemp, I gotta go back to work as well, my brother. So I love you.
Hold on, man. Be safe.
Okay.
Before you leave, Charity, can you hear me, sweetheart?
Can I what?
Yeah, she can hear you. Yeah.
All right, and I say this with all due respect. I'm sitting here listening to you, and it's not the first time I've seen you on the panel, right? Did you just say you was married?
I've been married since November 2024. So my anniversary is coming up.
Okay.
Congratulations. We see the improvement.
Congratulations, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
We see the improvement.
And I mean this. I mean this with all brotherhood and sisterhood. Do you think you're doing your husband justice right
Won't you
now?
ask him?
Every time, no, I will put him.
You gotta go,
Okay,
Mikhail. You gotta hurry it up.
I gotta go.
Okay. My point is, you're not a good example for wives in the black community. If you out here arguing with men, every time you get a chance and you arguing with sisters, you should show humility and submission.
That's exactly what she showed. What are you talking about? Like that, some of these dudes just be talking. If we saw the growth that this woman done did over the last 5 years, she would have been screaming and cussing at the top of her line. We literally seen her grow because she got a man in her life. That nigga just talking up there. Come on, let's go back to the conversations. That's stupid.
Hey, Ham. Man. Hey, Ham. Hey, look, y'all. Hey, look, everybody that's watching, y'all saw the show yesterday. Y'all know why. Y'all know why the moist dude is trying to get my attention, but I'm not gonna respond to that. So my whole thing is right. When I'm listening to this, the sister Sherelle, is that how I say your name, sweetheart? I ain't gonna lie, you was cooking her like a baked potato. I mean, just on an intellectual thing. I was listening to it and I'm like, well, yes. I mean, I didn't see nowhere where she rebutted nothing you said. It was just her turning into a emotional, personal thing. You keeping it 100. So let's be honest. Now, me and him haven't talked a lot in our life, but since we know each other, we know we on the same ruach. You know what that means? The same spirit, right? So look, right? What trips me out, I was thinking of it while I'm listening to y'all. And it's like, remember yesterday we brought up polygamy and you was like, no, that's for, you kind of was like, that's for another show. But the example is tripped out. I'm not even pro polygamy or anti. But you will hear a chick like old girl that Sherelle just cooked. You will hear her say, oh man, this man can't have all these women because you got to take care of them the same. And they kind of get that from the Torah, from the law, right? I have no problem with that. But at the same token, they won't tell a woman or a man to stop having all these damn kids because you can't take care of them, right? So I'm going to show you where our minds, when I look at some people, if you arguing over a welfare check, you got to really think about that. That's crazy that they trying to use us as the face for that. I'm talking about us as a people. When like somebody brought up earlier, it's more white people on it, it's more such and such on it. So I'm gonna land my plane with this. My point is,
because this is a thing where I don't disagree that that the black community are the picture, right? They're the public image of government assistance. But let's say this, right? How I see it as that, sadly, the black community is the only community that is, they don't have an issue, right? They don't have an issue with being the image of it, in the sense that I'm seeing more and more, like, let's say with this whole, EBT, the whole government assistance possible cut, is that you see a lot of black people, at least, I don't know, maybe my FYP, okay, that they are on here saying, oh my God, the government is taking away my my EBT, my SNAP, whatever. I'm going to go out and steal. Right? You're seeing more and more black people complaining about lack of government assistance, and they are going to do something about that, or they're angry about it, or whatever. You don't see other races. Even, like I said, my mom, when I was a kid, did it. But it was shameful. Okay? It was shameful from trying to get help from the government. So she's not out here, screaming to the world, I'm on government assistance, I'm on government benefit. The government is helping me take care of my kids. No. Right? She keep it quiet, use it if she could, and kept on trying to get better. I'm not saying that white people do that, but I think at least other groups, they find being on government assistance as a shameful thing, as a low class thing. So they're not out here like screaming to the screaming to the world that they're on it. While the black community do not mind. They don't find it as a shameful thing, as something to, not be proud of, or just actually be shameful of.
What I said yesterday. What's your bag up? Because this ain't nothing but a test run. It's a test run to see how Negroes react. That's all it is. So to me, it's funny. What do y'all got lined up? I can tell you what we got lined up. You can look it up. We gonna take care of you. We probably can't feed the whole black community, 40-something million, but I guarantee you we can start in our community, and all the homeless in our area will be all right. And I'm gonna chill.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on. Wait a minute. Whoa, my money here.
HOA. As you could be Israel with a 20 ball. Your monologue, CJ. Is it okay if he responds?
Of course, Super Simp can respond.
I think what Sherelle said is not wrong. People shouldn't be having 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9 kids and they can't afford it. But let's just do a perspective, right? In 2015, the average rent was $960. If you fast forwarded 10 years, that average rent now is $1,761. It's no way, even if you had one kid and you was getting raise after raise for 10 years straight, that you're going to be able to double your income. The price of bread.
How you double your income? A partner. Again, why do you think people have roommates? To lessen the impact of things like that. Literally. So let's say if you're not having kids, well, you get roommates. Just how it is, right? You get people to help you with expenses. That's how it is. That's part of modern day life. Now, if you're going to have kids, please pick a partner that you want to be with, where they will take up half of the burden, at least. At the very least, they would take up half of the burden. This is a problem where we, particularly with the black community, is that they have a problem with just thinking about in the singular, where it's single mothers are such a big thing in the black community. It's natural. It's a natural thing. You shouldn't be thinking like that. I find this is the problem where there's no shame anymore. Okay? There's no shame anymore. There's no shame of bad behavior, of of being the stereotype of being, single mothers. And then so that's why it's natural feeling. It's a natural thing now. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing.
Bread double. The price of egg triple. Like, I just want people to understand what Sherelle said is 100% right. You shouldn't be having 5, 6, 7 kids. The reason that I liked it, the car analogy, was because this car that normally cost me $500 a month, it no longer costs me $500 a month. The lady Alexis, she said, I got a good landlord. She said, my landlord ain't gonna raise the rent. My landlord ain't gonna do this and that. Okay, that's good for you. But if she was to relocate, she would be seeing the same increase in the price gap. And so I just think that we got to understand that, yes, it is a responsibility on our responsibility as individuals. I don't get no food stamps. Matter of fact, we done fed more people in our community than anybody else in our city, right? We believe in taking care of the community. I think it's the community when the government shut down and all these things are happening. Kind of what King of the Ugly Man was saying. He was saying that it's our responsibility to respond to take care of our community. We should have food banks in places. We should be having funds to help people be able to, when they're going through this transition that the Democrats want to hold out, that we can help our community. If people are struggling in your community, that is a you problem.
But you could find it, because I don't know, in my area, I see it often. Like every Friday, every other Friday, they have a long line of people waiting to get food. So it's there. You just got to go look for it. This is a problem where, sometimes you got to think where just at the end of the day, don't be dependent on anything but yourself. That's it. Now, it's okay to get help. It's okay. But it's a problem when that help becomes a dependent. Okay? That's the problem. No one says that, you shouldn't get help from the government. No one is saying that. But you shouldn't use the government as a, I don't know, what do I say? Not as taking away your accountability. The government should not be within your life 100% of the time for years on end. No, it should help you when you need it, so you don't need it, right? Until you don't need it. Or you should be working to the point where you don't need it.
If you want to claim that you're the top 10% or you're the top 1% of it, with great responsibility is great required. So I just don't understand when I hear men, quote unquote, say my taxes, because most of your $19 trillion that they collect in taxes is not going to food stamps. It's not going like it's so crazy that we want to take less than 1% and talk about those people. And we're really not talking about what the government is using this money for. And 9 times out of 10, it's not going to people that's the less of us, the 12% that we supposed to take care of. So I get it. Yes, you're supposed to be responsible. Both of them were speaking from a level of truth, but this idea that you're just supposed to be able to keep doubling your income, especially on a 10-year basis, I think it's a cap, and we got to have a cap with inflation.
Eat a man. Here's the flaw in your argument. You keep speaking about these ladies as an individual. Of course, an individual can't double, most in a realistic way, double their income like that. But if they decided to couple up with a productive male, they won't need on an individual basis to double their income. Let me give you an example. I'm just using this only as an example. Alexis from Texas just came up here. She's now, my math is correct, she's now making $18 an hour, whatever. She's single, I'm single. Let's just say if our women were more serious about actually getting together with somebody, her 18, and use me as an example, my 75, do you think she could live in a better and more stable home than she's living in? Does she think she would have to worry about that? Do you think that she would have to worry about food stamps or something happening with her kids if I decided to take that responsibility on? But no, we keep looking at our women and talking about our women as individuals and what they're doing individually. Of course they're going to be failing because they don't want to come out here and try to find a solution to a problem that they created.
Facts. Brother literally said it. Because this is the problem where, again, you know why immigrant families are the top of the chart of income. Immigrant families make even more than white people because they go about families. Again, you cannot out-earn a family. Okay? You cannot out-earn a family. Even if you make 100 grand, imagine a family. If both people make 100 grand, you still can't out earn them, right? You still can't outdo them. And this is why immigrant families, particularly Asian families, right? They are doing better than even white families. And that's the point. Right? You can't go out here and just like, oh, think like, you know what? Let me just be a single parent. Yeah, no duh, you're going to struggle. The world isn't made for single parents. Now, if you want to be a single person and then maybe you complain about, you know, the cost of living, I guess so. But there are, you know, there are arguments against that too. So again, why? I mean, like, people always think that marriage is a benefit of the patriarchy, it's for the men and stuff. No, right? It's for the prosperity of most people. Marriage has been created to prosper most people, because life is never easy at the individual level. Life is never easy at the individual level. So why do you think we have communities? Because the more people you have around you, the easier life will be. So at the very least, at the the bar should start at you having a partner, and then you got to imagine that your partner's family, your family. That's the creation of said community.
So I'm glad you mentioned that, because I wasn't talking about women. What I learned working outside of a food.
It's not about women. It's just, like you said, the individual level. Okay. Even if the man is struggling, right? Even if it's a man that's struggling, combine it with a woman that has her income. That's the whole house income, right? He makes 75, she makes 30. Boom. You are a 100 grand family.
Food bank. You know who I see walking into the food bank office? It's typically couples. Like this idea that the only people that's getting food stamps are the single women is a bad argument. Let me give you some numbers. 55% of women are on food stamps. 45% of males are on food stamps, right? So this is not just a woman problem. I want to put that out there. Then the second thing is
You didn't say how many couples. You didn't say how many couples, right? You said a man, women. You said men and women, not together.
nothing to do if you're married. How you qualify is 100% with household income. So I get what you're saying. If you got two people at the top, y'all both making $40,000, $50,000 a year, I can
That's not the top. 40, 50 is not a top.
see how y'all guys have 80 grand. When we start talking about people, because if that's the case, we need to eliminate the McDonald's worker, eliminate the Walmart workers, eliminate all of these people making $20,000, $30,000 a year. And if you really start understanding that perspective, regardless of what math you do, if everybody get together and start dating, you still gonna have a group of individuals that still need help. And for us to pay $19 trillion in taxes, we should take care of them.
But the burden would be less, Eda, man. That's what you don't understand. The tax burden would be less. And here's the thing: if you
they would still charge us the same taxes.
If you're out here only making $30,000 a year or $15 an hour, and you out here popping out kids left and right, why do I have to be responsible for that? I don't give a damn. Why do I need to be responsible for that? The two biggest draws on the American government is the military and entitlement programs. That's what's the biggest draw on our tax dollars.
But let me ask you this question. This is a real question. When did you see us get a tax break and a tax cut? See, your ideology says this right here. Hey, since they stopped spending money here, the government is going to decrease our taxes. Let me tell you what that.
But here's the thing: you don't. This is the problem, right? Democrats never vote on tax breaks. They never vote based on tax breaks. They don't vote based on tax breaks. It's usually Republicans do. Right? So really, do you even care about what you're saying about? You don't vote based on tax breaks.
white man gonna do? He gonna keep charging you the $19 trillion and he gonna find somewhere else to spend it. This is what I keep telling y'all guys. It's like, it's the burden is still gonna be on the middle class. We're not getting a discount. And I think that's the part that people don't understand is that we're not gonna get a refund of the taxes we pay. And that's why I keep telling y'all, we should take, hello, sir, I'll let you finish. Now, who's being Morse? That you gotta talk while I talk. Morse than Eve. And so the point that I'm trying to help y'all guys understand is something really simple. Well, listen, he said we were men. I was quiet when he talked. Now he got to talk because he in his fucking feelings. So the point that I was saying,
like, seems like you're in your feelings.
Is the money still going to get taken out of our check? So wouldn't it be smart for us saying, send this money to the billionaires, send it to the people that we know need it? It's common sense.
So this is how we're going to keep justifying us being the face of lazy in this country. Because they're gonna take it anyway, so we might as well go ahead and let our these people get free. And come on, man.
But we're not the face of lazy. You bought into that.
Since when?
Let me tell you. It is more.
Since when are we not?
Go ahead, Cheeky. I'll let Cheeky get in there. You heard that response, Cheeky? What they said? He said, "Who was cooking? Call me Chef Bart Emanuela." Go ahead. Go ahead, Cheeky. I'm gonna let Cheeky get in here. I'm gonna go into that character y'all want to see. Talk about all these craziness. I'm just saying this idea. He talking about black people are the face of welfare. When we see all these goddamn white people on there at a higher percentage, nigga, turn off your goddamn news. Stop listening to the propaganda that you think that.
But that's what it means, right? Media shows you the face. Now, no one is showing off. This is the problem with people. They don't understand. It's perception. Perception matters. No one is debating the facts, right? No one is debating the facts. It's true. Yes, white people, okay, they benefit the most from these programs. But again, yes, they're the bigger population. But again, they're not the face of it, right? They're not the face of it. That's the problem. I've said this before where it is the problem because black people do not care about their public image. This is why I said this. Their public image, media. You said turn it off. Turn off your TV. Turn off your news. Turn off your. What world do you live in? What world do you live in? Please tell me, right? Please tell me. How many days do you go by without turning any source of media whatsoever? How many days? How many days do you go by without turning on any single source of media? Newspaper, TV, movies, your phone, your iPad, your radio, right? How many days? You don't care about, your public image. No one is debating the fact that, yes, white people make up most of the government assistance, but they're not portrayed as such. Whether you like that or not, this is the problem. It is black people perpetuating those stereotypes. Again, stereotypes are bad. But what it makes it bad is that you constantly perpetuate it. You're not fighting against it.
The face for, like, if you look at Section 8, if you look at food stamps, we're not the face of it.
Man. We're not talking about the actual numbers. We all know who actually gets it more. But when they start talking about or putting out the problems with the entitlement programs, whose faces do they flash up there? It ain't a bunch of white faces.
Get him, Cheeky.
So again, no, other people have to go. Mr. Williams hasn't spoken yet, and Michael got on to tyranny, so he didn't technically speak yet either on the topic. So I want them to go. Mr. Williams or Michael. Am I pronouncing his name right? Michael? Yeah,
you can go ahead, man. Go ahead and cook, man.
No, Michael, you gotta go. If you do have any thoughts.
He was
having this the dispersion of tax. As a middle class man, I can't afford. I don't think it's right for me to be footing a bill All right. And then you give a tax break to billionaires and you think that trickle down economy is going to work when it's been proven for years since the 90s that trickle down economy don't work. They just found new ways to spend money on something else, like either man was saying. So I think the idea or trying to fall into this propaganda of black people are the face of welfare, we're well beyond this point. We're in 2025, social media exists, the statistics exist, all of these things exist, and poor white people in Virginia, poor white people in rural areas are saying we need these programs because we also participate in these social programs, and if we don't get them, we're going to die. So I don't want to do the whole black people this, black people that.
We're not. I don't think we're disagreeing about.
Okay.
I don't think we're disagreeing, but I think where our disagreement is that every time that there is a pushback or a fight against this, it's our faces that are on it. We already know that rural white America use these benefits more than we do. We already know that. But every time we see when you look at
here's the thing where I find it people not using critical thinking. Okay, we don't already know that in the sense that it's statistics, correct? But let's say this, right? The average person is not going up and reading statistics, right? The average person is not reading up statistics. The average person, they see something on TV, they believe it. That's just how it is. They see something on media, they believe it. So if your FYP is showing you black person after black person after black person after black person complaining that, oh my God, the government is cutting my EBT. I'm going to go steal. I'm going to go do this. You don't see a white person in between that. Or maybe you see one, maybe you see two, but then you see 10, right? For every one white person you see 5 black people, right? Even that's such a despairing, comparison, right? Despairing, number, even though the statistics show you probably opposite, but the problem is it's the public image. It's the public image.
Around and you seen all these people crashing out if on the first that this aid don't hit, it's us out there crashing out talking about we gonna rob this and we gonna rob, and it's not just it's the majority of our black women are out here doing this, talking about we gonna do this and we gonna do that and we gonna do this and we gonna do that, and they're plastering it all over everywhere, and they use our women to gaslight us about it. So regardless if in reality if we are the face of it or not, they always use us as the reason for why they want to do something.
But that's how propaganda works. That's how propaganda works.
So, but I'm just saying, I think I'm not sitting there saying that, that we're the majority on this. We're not. We've never been.
If I want to sell an image, I need to keep putting it in your face. And I'm telling you, if you have an algorithm that's a black algorithm, you're gonna see what black people are doing. But I have seen white women saying, I got a letter saying that I gotta do community service for me to keep getting my food stamps. Hey, my kids will not be able to eat. I can't do this. I can't do that. Like, this is an issue that's happening to everyone. Everybody is showing their face right now. But we're choosing only to talk about the black people that are showing their face. I see white people talking about they riding, they going into these stores. It's not only black people, it's the poor people as a group have got together and say that we are affected by these things.
I get what he's saying. And again, I get what you're saying. I'm not saying that propaganda isn't or propaganda is okay. We're in agreement that they will use black faces, but now we're going into another topic of whether or not that should be the case, right? The issue is, or the fact of the matter is, people in lower economy areas need these programs, right? Whether or not the propaganda should or shouldn't be there, that's a fight black people have been fighting.
Here's the thing where no one is saying that it's true that we should support. We support our, most disadvantaged people. The problem also is that they shouldn't be dependent on it. Again, these programs are to help, not take over. right? These programs are not to be like abused, which they are. These programs are being abused. Okay. Most of the people are living in Section 8 houses all their life, right? A lot of these people are living in Section 8 housing all their life. A lot of these people are dependent on SNAP, all these other government assistance for most to all of their life. Then their kids are dependent on it, and then their grandkids, and so on and so on. That is the problem. Yeah, it's not a black or white thing. I agree. Right? It's a poor thing. But again, it's the mindset as well. It's the mindset. They should not be dependent on it.
Since the 60s. Like you can, I don't know if that's ever going to go anywhere. But the fact of the matter is, these programs, I think, need to be reevaluated and not looked as just these people being late. There's a cycle of issues that come with poverty, right? Now the question is, how do we address it? Now Sherelle was saying go to school. I agree, right? But you don't get, while you're going to school, you're not the richest because school is taking up your time and your money.
But
As somebody
hold on.
somebody that's going to school, yeah.
But this is a good point. Go to school to use another government benefit, the Pell Grant. Like we tell people, hey, go use another government benefit. And what it shows is we still, even if a person goes to school, become a doctor and all these different things, we still need this government assistance for the less to even.
Who's saying that you should not use government assistance? You shouldn't use it as a crutch. Right? You shouldn't be using it as a lifelong crutch. Yes, government assistance is there for you to use. Not to abuse.
Elevate.
Yeah.
So we got to keep it.
So the issue is not that we don't need government assistance or that we're not all being taxed so that we're able to sustain America. It's the abuse of it.
Okay.
It's the abuse of it, and that is problematic because if we all were being responsible, we could allocate those funds to better places. It's really sad that you can have two hardworking Americans who are married with kids and they're struggling because we're not going to incentivize anything for them to combat inflation, right? We're not going to give them any kind of breaks because people want to say, I know I can't afford kids, but I'm going to still have them. I know that I can generationally put my family on Section 8. I know that if I allow my daughter to have kids in my house, we can do a split voucher. She'll be able to get another house and then let her kids have children in her house and they can split the voucher again. And we're never getting off this. And we have something that was supposed to assist us because we did need assistance. Yes, in this country, people will need help. What the problem is, it has crippled us. And now it is being abused to the max. So when Trump is saying, you know what, you can't buy snacks, you can't buy seafood, crab legs, and all of this shit on your food stamps no more. You got to buy fruits, vegetables. It's going to be a limitation. You're going to have to feed your kids real food. Your kids obese anyway. We obese anyway. We're talking about a group of obese, morbidly obese people talking about they need more food. You're overeating, my niggas. And this is the thing. If they're going to put the older people, we can understand. They didn't pay their dues. They didn't pay their taxes. They got old. I understand the old, the disabled. They should be a whole different thing. But if you young and you vibrant and you just feel like, man, I ain't never going to work. I'm about to have these kids and the government going to take care of me. Somebody need to put some parameters on your ass. You got 2 or 3 years to get up off these programs.
So,
we'll assist you with some trades, assist them with being able to make the money, but don't let them ride that shit out for the rest of their life.
No. I just want to make sure I understand. You think that the system need a level of discrimination, correct?
What?
You believe that the EBT system, the Section 8 system need a level of discrimination. Like I should be able to say, this person can do it and this person can't do it, right?
No, I feel like all of it needs a time limit. I feel like it should not be a lifetime roller coaster of you allowing the rest of America to take care of you because you want to be irresponsible and not apply yourself and take advantages of the fact that you live in America.
Well, I have to discriminate if I say this guy that's 65 can ride it for the rest of his life, but this person is 20.
He's 65. How long is the rest of his life? And here's again, he's 65. Hopefully he paid his dues.
23 cannot ride it, right? If like I get what you. It has to be a form of discrimination because right now,
yeah, it would have to, yeah.
Yeah, the reason that the system it is because
This is the thing where I want to say it as a form of discrimination, right? It's not like you're discriminating against people. Not necessarily. I mean, I guess if he wants to, let me see. Because here's the thing where it's like a clear distinction, unfair. To mark it as unfair, when, let's say this, a person at 65, hopefully they have paid their dues. They have had, what would I say, 50 years? 50 years of paying taxes? 50 years of being a productive adult, feeding into the system? Is that unfair that he put 50 years into that system, into the system, and then someone who's 21 who put in what, 2 years maybe into the system? How's that? How is it unfair for the 21-year-old? It's not really unfair. Okay, so it's not necessarily discrimination.
we come from a country of slavery, and we had to get rid of discrimination, and we had to say this way is going to be the way for everybody, right? That was just the way that we had to do it, because we didn't want to be in a situation that we say white people qualify for food stamps and black people don't qualify. That's why it's an ecosystem that everybody at this level can be able to get it.
Well, no, you're wrong, because wealthy people cannot get it. So are you discriminating against wealthy people? That's the faultiness of your logic, okay? Again, there are restrictions, not discriminations. There are restrictions, there are rules and regulations to it.
I do think that we should have a level of regulation. I don't think it's realistic saying that it's a time limit. So I was following you when you said it's certain things like you can't get you can't get cigarettes and liquor. I think that we can expand that, says that you can't get certain snacks and different things like that. It's certain you have to get what we call real food with food stamps. But the time limit thing, everybody runs their different race. It might take me 5 years or 6 years to get my degree, but Sherelle is smart and she can get in 2 and 3 state. I just think discrimination is not the answer, but restriction is the answer.
So this part real quick. Let me give you an actual regulation. So I was looking up Texas yesterday, right? Just because I live here, and so what Texas said for like a single person household, that's at the threshold of 29 and 31,000, they get them stamps between the 6 months up to 3 years. There's a similar statute with like Medicaid as well, to where they kind of put a framework around it, to which I guess they're saying gauging it based on you not having these children. Here's what they give you. So I would assume they do it for the other dynamics as well.
So could I ask a clarifying question? I think that would probably give a better understanding to people's mindset.
Okay.
All right. So the question is, how if you had to give a percentage, I'm not asking you guys to Google this right now, but if you had to give a percentage, do you think that, give me a percentage of people you think that are abusing the social programs that we have? I'm
I say about 8%.
I would say 75%.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna go down the line. We just go down the line so everybody kind of get their mindset. So Sherelle first,
you gotta echo, Key.
Oh, my bad.
Really, real quick, number
75%.
E said 10%.
I say less than 10. Yeah, less than 10%.
My bad. He said less than 10, 8%. B Middleton, what percentage of people are, what up, Chris? What percentage of people are abusing the system in regarding SNAP and food stamps?
I say 25% or so.
25%. Mr. Williams?
90%.
Jay?
5%.
Mikael,
50%.
Key,
Like 10%.
Chris,
At least 30.
at least 30. Okay. Cheek, you got a baseline. What you think? And I want to get a couple of the new faces.
Yeah, I was going to say 15, and then you go do what you got to do.
Okay. Okay. So that's an interesting baseline. We got. I wonder what's the average. Damn, we should have wrote them down.
So
Oh, just to
I
let
remember.
you know too,
I
Hap.
remember.
Just to let you know too, Hap. I heard you. I was in the kitchen, and for some reason they keep kicking me off the app. So I heard you when you actually called my name and asked me to reply. So I'm still waiting on that, but I'm gonna chill for a minute. I want to see where it's going.
Yeah, that was a little while ago. So we'll circle back though. Let me get who's up here? B Middleton, what's popping? What you got on this?
Salute. What's up to the panel?
Goody, how you?
I'm good. I think we having a wrong choice of words. Like it's not discrimination, but discernment. Because I think regardless of how you want to dress it up, we all know somebody that's capitalizing off of these benefits, and it's no line of demarcation. When it comes to us, like we out here living the same life as we live in a fancy life, but we also getting these benefits. Like they said, we buying crab legs. You got your hair, your nails done. You not hurting for nothing, but you still getting these benefits. And I think that's the problem that people have with it. A lot of these,
and that's the thing where what I see with abusing the system is that you're not using it necessarily for help when honestly you are using money unwisely. Okay, so imagine, like we said, right? You're using your paycheck for your hair, your nails, to go out, to go on trips, to go on cruises, and all stuff. So why do you need benefits then? Why do you need government assistance then? When you can afford going on these cruises, going on this. See, this is the problem where your mismanagement of your own money, and then you need the government to bail you out of you mismanaging your own money. You don't need help then. You're abusing the system, but technically you may not be abusing the system because what? You probably earn, I don't know, 30K a year, right? 40K a year, and you have 3 kids. Okay, so you technically qualify for it. But if you are smart and like, okay, I'm not gonna, live beyond my means. I'm not gonna buy useless shit. I'm not gonna pay for useless shit. And I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna invest it. I'm gonna budget. You can work yourself out of depending on government assistance. Because this is the thing where if you continue to put yourself into the I don't know, poor people mindset, you are going to live that life for generations. Okay? Because you're not working out of it, right? You're not trying to work out of needing government assistance. You're not. You're using it as a crutch. You're dependent on it, and then you're teaching your kids to be dependent on it because you're also not teaching your kids to be wise with their money, to do better with their money. That's the problem.
Other races of people, they're actually hurting in the process of getting these benefits. But it seems to me that our people are the ones who have the appearance of not really being hurting, but are still getting these benefits.
Okay. Key, do you have a response to what he said specifically?
Yeah.
Man, we can't hear you. Okay. We can't hear you. Mr. Williams, what do you think about that? We can't hear you, Key. You got the reverb now. I'm gonna redrop the link.
Yeah, I think I agree with him. I mean, see a lot of. I mean, you can even get on social media and people are asking who want to buy food stamps, and I just think that's just trashy. Like, I mean, a lot of these females, and I ain't gonna lie, you see them on trips, Miami, all of this shit, but then they going to get assistance for their LGN and they rent. But you balling out of control going out of town. I think the problem with our race, our financial literacy is horrible. And we just abuse our money. DoorDash, Amazon, you know what I'm saying? Like all this goofy shit that we just waste money on. And then when we need help.
So you agree that they don't look like they hurt and they abusing the system, but they can buy crab legs and cheap trips to DR.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey Jay, I want to hear your thought, but I also want you to answer the same question I asked Mr. Williams.
Repeat the question.
Yeah. So B Middleton was saying our people are abusing the system. So we can buy crab legs and cheap trips to DR while taking advantage of these benefits, while other races actually need the benefits. Our people seem like they don't, based on the things that we indulge in.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with that.
Why?
I think most people who are on SNAP benefits or assistance need it. Considering the eligibility requirements, like you brought up Texas, which is why I'm like, I don't know why.
You can. This is a thing where, let's be honest, you can fake it, right? You can lie. I know a lot of people. I'm not gonna name names. Of course, I'm not gonna name names. But a lot of people who are in marriages or are a couple in a two-parent household, yet they don't put the other partner in the filing. It happens, right? I know people who lower their income because they get it under the table. So really,
Why y'all think a high percentage of people are able to cheat the system and not get caught? A high percentage, like 30 or more percent, that's crazy to me, but okay. Because the IRS definitely be on your ass if you miss $3. So if you think you could just cheat the government like that, I guess. But I think that what somebody was about to say something.
No,
I just think y'all don't factor in the amount of people who do under the table jobs.
Let them talk for a little bit.
No,
I was gonna say.
Hold on. He just got up here. Let her build it on it, and then they can.
I definitely factor in the people that work under the table. I just don't think it's a high percentage of people that do work under the table. I think most people work a 9-to-5 part-time contract work, whatever they could find. I don't think most people are working under the table. But being a recipient in college, I'll be honest. I received SNAP in college. I was a broke ass college student. That shit came in fucking handy. I don't care what nobody say. Granted, it was for a time period. I wasn't trying to be on it for 3 years because in Texas, that's like cut off 3 years for an able-bodied single person. So I think that's most people's stories, like on SNAP. I think that's most people. They don't have an idea to stay on it. I think most people are embarrassed to be on benefits. Yeah, we could talk about the bad percentage of people that are cool with cheating the system, but I think most people are embarrassed that they are on benefits, that they've gotten to such a low point.
Okay. You think that's the disposition of most people?
Yeah, most people are on benefits, yeah.
Chris, do you have a retort to that?
Man.
That sounds terrible. Chris, do you have a retort to that? I'm just
why are you doing this when you're outside with no Wi-Fi?
trying to get the new people in a little bit. Okay, no retort. Key. And he be talking about him.
We would be hurting if we we'd be hurt. We already like I'm paying what I'm paying now is a struggle. I live in LA. We live in a 1-bedroom will cost $1,900 a month. And that's not talking about utilities.
No. Okay. So you saying, but that's so it sound like so what does this mean though? Like I'm trying to figure out where do we empathize with if Key admitted to cheating the system, his words.
But see, here's the thing, Ham.
Hold on. Key right there.
Yeah,
even though he's a black screen cheek, so I apologize. But that's Key in the back in the corner. So if he's cheating the system and he would not qualify for this benefit, what about the people that aren't cheating that need this benefit? Crystal Stare sound different from Snap.
Uh-huh.
So what happens? How is that okay? Do we say, you know what? This motherfucker's cheating, we pull that shit. And here's the
I
thing.
mean, legal.
Hold on, Jay, last thing. Here's the thing, right, Jay? You're a little younger, but when we used to crack on each other in school before the bullying shit came out, this is what a nigga would do. They'll be like, oh, my grandma bought me this, because they thought you supposed to chill because their grandma bought it. I don't give a fuck who bought it.
Uh-huh.
Still an ugly sweater. See, when people say kid, we usually give a little bit more grace. Oh, shit is for the kid. But is the cheating still cheating? And I'm just using kid as an example, but this is bigger thing. You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, I don't have no problem if somebody be like, you know, damn, he using the system. Yeah, I'm using the system for a better of my kid. Now you can tell me any other way else I can do it, because I can't work my job. I'm only limited to work a certain amount of hours because that's driving. I drive, so I can't even do beyond what I can do. So anything else beyond that to pay the expense of his for him to go to school, what can I do?
Yeah,
Just
no,
be
I
like,
got
okay,
you.
you know, since you know, be like, okay, fuck it. I have the same education.
I got you.
Yeah.
But here's now I've been hanging around Sherelle for the last 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
They got overnight stocking at Walmart.
Yeah, why not get a second job?
I can't. So once again, I mean, I don't know about, but as with the driving I do, you can't.
This is a thing where this is why I promote. If you watch my channel, I've been talking about, I'm going to try to do more videos of this, right? I've been talking about investing. I've been talking about, as a man who makes about 40K a year, maybe a little bit over 40K a year, nothing special, right? It's below average, right? The average, the median for men's earning is 50. So I make under it. But my net worth is still over 6 figures. Okay? It's over 6 figures. And that's the thing. Or it's like, you know, it's just, yeah, I do well. My net worth is 6 figures. Even making as little as that, it's about financial education. Working hard is great. You should work hard, but you should also work smart. We have a problem with so many people, particularly minorities, do not work smart. Right? They work hard. No one knows doubting that, but they don't work smart. So, I think that's it for today. I think this is it. What do you guys think? You know, it's an interesting. I mean, you know, I wanted to, you know, react to a little bit about the, you know, the whole EBT, the government assistance crackdown, or, you know, cut or whatever. So, you know, perfect video to talk about, right? All right, later, guys.